The content in this video is based on an AI-generated script, and the narration you're hearing is also created using AI voice technology. This disclosure is shared openly to comply with YouTube's updated July 15, 2026 policies, so you know exactly how the content was produced. Now, let's dive into the 2026 Harley-Davidson Sprint. If you're even remotely into motorcycles, you know Harley-Davidson has always had this unique blend of tradition, style, and raw power. But in 2026, Harley has taken a bold step by reviving one of its classic names, the Sprint, and reimagining it for a whole new generation. For those who don't know, the original Sprint was introduced decades ago, carrying a very different design and purpose compared to today's version. Back then, it was about being compact, sporty, and approachable. Now, the 2026 Sprint redefines that same spirit but in a much more modern, luxurious, and performance-driven way. At first glance, the bike commands attention. The design is sharp, sleek, and distinctly Harley, but you can immediately tell this is not the typical cruiser the brand is famous for. Instead, it feels more like a crossover between a lightweight sport motorcycle and Harley's signature muscular DNA. It has that long and low stance Harley fans love, but with a contemporary flair that makes it appealing to younger riders as well as longtime Harley enthusiasts. The candy apple red finish has already gone viral across social media, becoming the color everyone seems to be talking about. And honestly, seeing it in person makes you understand why. It pops under sunlight, it looks luxurious under showroom lights, and it reflects Harley's bold personality perfectly. One of the biggest talking points about the 2026 Sprint is its engine. Harley has gone with a newly tuned parallel twin that's smooth, powerful, and surprisingly fuel-efficient compared to the bigger V-twins they're known for. This engine produces a healthy amount of torque, giving you that instant pull the moment you twist the throttle. Riders have described it as being responsive, confident, and yet easy to manage even if you're not used to Harley's larger bikes. In short, it's got enough muscle for thrill seekers, but it won't intimidate riders who are stepping into Harley territory for the first time. The Sprint is also surprisingly agile. One of the common criticisms of Harley-Davidson bikes has always been weight and maneuverability. Many new riders found them heavy and challenging to handle, especially at low speeds or in city traffic. The 2026 Sprint addresses this issue directly. It feels lighter, more flickable, and dare I say, fun to ride in urban environments. The balance is well tuned, and the suspension setup soaks up bumps while keeping the bike stable on highways. Whether you're carving through city streets, cruising on scenic backroads, or stretching its legs on the interstate, the Sprint feels versatile and confident. Technology-wise, Harley has stepped up its game. The bike comes with a fully digital TFT display, Bluetooth connectivity, and compatibility with navigation apps. Riders can connect their phones to manage calls, music, and directions directly on the dash. It's the kind of convenience modern riders expect, and Harley finally seems to be embracing it across their new lineup. Safety features like ABS, traction control, and multiple ride modes are standard, which shows the company is serious about keeping riders secure without sacrificing fun. Another area where the Sprint shines is comfort. The seating position is upright but sporty, giving you enough room to move while still feeling planted. The seat itself is well padded for longer rides, and pillion comfort has also been considered, something not every sports-style motorcycle gets right. Add to that Harley's improved exhaust note, it's still throaty and unmistakably Harley, but a bit more refined and less overwhelming for everyday riding. It's a sound that makes people turn their heads without rattling every window on the block. Of course, price is always an important factor, especially in 2026 where motorcycles are becoming more competitive than ever. The Sprint is positioned to be more accessible compared to Harley's flagship cruisers. That makes it a strategic move by the company, targeting not only seasoned Harley fans but also younger riders who might otherwise lean toward brands like Yamaha, Kawasaki, or Triumph. The Sprint gives them a reason to look Harley's way, offering style, heritage, and modern performance in a package that's approachable both financially and practically. Social media reaction has already proven Harley-Davidson's gamble is paying off. The 2026 Sprint has been trending on motorcycle forums, TikTok clips, Instagram Reels, and YouTube reviews since its unveiling. A lot of that buzz comes from its fresh look and vibrant candy apple red color, which has practically become its signature. But beyond the hype, riders who've actually tested it report that the Sprint lives up to expectations in terms of handling, comfort, and everyday usability. It's not just a pretty face, it's a bike that can actually deliver on the road. Now, no bike is perfect. Some purists argue that the Sprint doesn't carry the same heavyweight cruiser soul that Harley is famous for. And that's true, this isn't your traditional Harley. But maybe that's the point. The company knows the world is changing. Riders today want motorcycles that are stylish, practical, and technologically up-to-date. The Sprint is Harley-Davidson's way of showing it can evolve without losing its core identity. And if you think about it, that's what keeps any legendary brand alive, balancing tradition with innovation. So, should you buy the 2026 Harley-Davidson Sprint? Well, that depends on who you are as a rider. If you've always wanted a Harley but felt intimidated by the size, weight, or price of their classic cruisers, the Sprint might be your perfect entry point. If you're a younger rider looking for something stylish and versatile that still carries Harley's badge of honor, again, the Sprint makes a strong case. And if you're an experienced rider wanting a secondary bike that's easier to handle for quick city rides or weekend fun, this one deserves a serious look. At the end of the day, the 2026 Harley-Davidson Sprint isn't just another motorcycle, it's a statement. It shows that Harley is listening to the changing needs of riders. It shows that they're not afraid to blend heritage with modern ideas. And most importantly, it shows that Harley still knows how to make a bike that turns heads, excites riders, and creates conversations everywhere it goes. And that wraps up this review of the 2026 Harley-Davidson Sprint. Remember, this script and voice are AI generated, crafted to bring you a smooth listening experience. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more reviews, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you ride the new Sprint? Or do you prefer Harley to stick to its classic cruisers? Let's hear what you think.